This is Rolo C, and welcome back to Rolo Runs the City. And this is podcast episode 2, and we are talking about the VIP, very important person, very important people. It's actually a song that I went ahead and dropped on Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day to all y'all that, got to enjoy yourselves that day. Um, One of the reasons why I ended up actually putting this song together was basically because I wanted to do something that people can actually feel. And of course, when you make music, you want every track to be felt. But one thing that I can honestly say is that in some way or another, we've all felt, love and affection toward a certain person, and this track was very important for me to actually put together because I reflected back to my own experiences that I've had, and of course, you know, the person that I refer to in the song is my wife, and it just saddens me nowadays that you see so much conflict between the battle of the sexes, and I mean, it's more outrageous more than ever now because I mean, there's a whole multitude of things that are going on with gender identity, um, people not feeling accepted, and it's just it. I think everybody tends to misunderstand one another when you're not listening. And what's happening is you have so many conflicting, you know, opinions, and they're just going at one another. And at the end of the day, if a person has their mind made up, they're not going to actually listen to your point because they want their point to be proven so bad they're not willing to listen. And unfortunately, like you have all sides are doing that. And we can all, of course, become better when we're all receptive and we're all listening to people's points. And unfortunately, that's not the case nowadays. Um, I mean, it's really bad. I mean, whether you're on YouTube or you're on Instagram or TikTok, you're like seeing, people bashing one another. You know what I mean? And it's just it's disheartening to actually see all the rhetoric that's going on. You have guys now, they're championing the late Kevin Samuels, and you know Kevin Samuels, he did his thing his way. And right now, you're getting a lot of knockoff versions of Kevin Samuels. I mean, they've got some young kids. They're doing some podcasts. They're trying to do the same thing, and it's funny because when you listen to certain content, and then relative content that comes up to what you were listening to, it's like they're trying to reiterate the same message, and it's like, dude, like that's his opinion, and that's cool. Let Kevin Samuels be Kevin Samuels, but formulate your own opinion. And a lot of these guys are just knockoff copies. They're just trying to actually do the same thing just to garner some attention. But the bad part about the whole ordeal is that you have, there's a lot of women who look down on men when they don't see immediate results. So they're not in for the long haul. Good thing that they're not in the stock market because they would be pulling money out every time they would think that they're about to lose some. But sometimes you got to play the long game. But and with that being said, you have a multitude of guys who are just they're crapping on these females because of that same like instant gratification mindset that they do have. Guys not being tolerable of it, and I understand that as well. I mean, it's you get crapped on so much, it's like, dude, I don't have to listen to this anymore. So I totally understand the mindset of where the guys are coming from, but I just think you have to formulate your own opinion. You can't allow your opinion to be formulated by some other outside entity because if you can agree with somebody, then it's cool. Then you agree with them because that's the way you feel personally. But don't ever let somebody's personal feelings become your personal feelings because at the end of the day, if you didn't think about said situation, then it wouldn't even be in your head. So I always tell gentlemen all the time, make sure that you always put your best foot forward, do what you're supposed to do, you know, be a man, you know, everything that entails with a man, you know, work hard, you know, protect, provide, do everything that's necessary to man up and be a man. And a female, you know, the same thing, you know, he's going to support you, you support him, and this is how, you know, successful relationships work. So with the VIP song that I actually did, you know, I go into certain situations about how we go out. We went out in the town having a good time, and you know, we're in more of a celebratory mood, especially you know now of late. But this takes years. Okay, like I've been with my wife, you know, for over 20 years, and a lot of people don't get to that point because they think things are supposed to be pretty much automatic. They're not going to be automatic. There's a lot of feeling out, and till this day, right now as we talk, I'm still taking notes and trying to see what makes her go, what triggers her and ticks her off. And she does the same thing with me as well. But this is why we consistently improve, and this is consistently why we're evolving, you know, as a married couple. A lot of people aren't willing to put in that groundwork, which is why you see, you know, a lot of people now, especially millennials, they're not trying to get married. You know, they're not trying to get held down. Gen Z, they don't want to hear it. So it takes a lot of work. You know, at the end of the day, it takes a lot of work. But like I said, I just go into detail about stuff. I mean, I talk about foreclosure, you know, garnished wages, repo. Like the song, I felt that song, and anybody who could relate to it would be like, wow, like I've been through that too. You know, so it's not something to be, I guess, to be sad about. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to celebrate and you know and enjoy your triumphs and celebrate your victories. And that's exactly what this song was about. It's about, you know, you go through your stuff, you know, you're in a good place right now. People see you in a good place right now, but they don't understand the struggle that was, you know, that got to that point. And it's like, yeah, you see me now and you think I'm successful and I have, you know, my wife with me and, you know, we're just, you know, the perfect couple. And that's not the case. The case is that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to achieve that. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity that my wife didn't leave me, you know, because like I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm a work in progress, and of course we all are. But you know, she's been the most stable thing I've ever had in my life. You know, the mother of my children, and I'm just when I wrote that song, I said, man, this is a perfect song that I could drop on Valentine's Day because it's just going to have a great positive vibe of when you stick things through and you see things out, you know, you get the results you want. If you're lifting weights for a week and you think you're going to give up because you're like, well, I'm not seeing any change. I don't see no muscle. Like it takes a consistent, disciplined effort to get anything that's worth having. And of course, marriage is one of those things. But anyway, I'm not going to tie you out for too long. I just wanted to go ahead and definitely tell you what was the catalyst of you know VIP, and you know, of course, you know it's a section at a bar, but you know who is the very important person in your life. You know what I mean? So when I made the song, I definitely was actually giving you a glimpse of who's my VIP. So I was very grateful to put that down. Very grateful for that people listen to it, and just grateful for the opportunity to be in front of you to, you know, try to tell you how things need to be. And it's not so much about, oh, I want it to be this. Like, no, it's how things need to be. If you want to achieve the success that you feel that you deserve, then you got to put in the work. And that's even in a relationship. So, men, women, let's stop looking at each other as the enemy. We're not here for long, so we might as well all get along, you know. And I know that sounds like a hippie thing to say, but to be quite honest with you, I mean, it's factual. You know, we're not here for long, so We should truly enjoy one another's presence, and we should all achieve greatness together, you know. And like I said in the past, I always just get into it, and it's true. Become the GOAT. Never a sheep, and don't sleep on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So there's someone out there for everybody, and Lord willing, you can achieve that same success. But anyway, you take care, Godspeed. This is Rolo C, and that was actually what was driving the VIP single, my wife. Anyway, y'all take care, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.